You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Y&R fans. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt. And with Sharon Newman single as a Pringle and Nick Newman ready to mingle, it looks like we're getting that long-awaited Shick reunion. Of course, they've been off and on since high school, so it could be another flash in the pan. But I actually think this time they could make love last, and I've got 5 reasons why. But before we jump in, please click subscribe and support our channel if you haven't already. We really appreciate it. All right, number 1, both of them are single and recently either got ditched or ditched their partner. First and foremost, of course, the fact that they're both recently single and in close proximity to each other is a good starting point. Nick walked away from Sally Spectra a few weeks ago when he figured out she'll never love him. He walked away, but she basically had dumped him by making it clear that she still loves his brother, Adam Newman. And that's a hard pill for Nick to swallow, but he's got no choice because Sally is definitely all in on Adam and has no interest in even taking a second look at Nick. And as for Sharon, she had that 1-hour episode of dream sequences that finally gave her some clarity, and upon waking, told Chance that she can't love him, doesn't see a future with him, and then dumped him. So now she's at loose ends, and I'm certain she's going to tell Nick that she broke up with Chance soon. He needs to know because he's about to see Chance canoodling around Genoa City with his daughter, Summer Newman. But also in that dream sequence, there was a lot about her and Nick, and even Nick had Sharon on his mind lately because of Summer Newman's recent questions for them. Of course, she was asking for the purposes of, thinking about stealing her man. But the bottom line is Nick and Sharon are on each other's minds while they're still coping with pretty fresh breakups. And I expect they're going to console each other, even though both of them did the walking away. But Shick fans want more than a rebound, right? Well, there's more to talk about. All right, the second reason I think they can work this time, Phyllis Summers is distracted right now. So this is another good reason they could keep their love together. Phyllis is got her mind on another vendetta, another romantic rival. Phyllis has been an ongoing problem in Nick and Sharon finding their way to a happily ever after for many, many, many years. And a lot of that was dredged up during Sharon's dream sequence where Phyllis was kind of cackling about screwing up their last attempt to get married. That was back in 2018. They were kind of reenacting it as part of it. It was kind of funny. And that was when Sharon dumped him at the altar and revealed that he had been playing hide the Nick stick with Phyllis. But right now, Phyllis is utterly consumed with stealing Danny Romalotti from The Bug. So her rivalry with Christine Williams has her obsessing over that again. And if Phyllis stays fixated on being part of the Danny Cricket thing, that means she's out of the way of Nick reuniting with Sharon, which is only good. Speaking of distractions, our third reason Sharon and Nick might work this time is that another distraction from their past is also himself distracted. That is Sharon's past, with Nick's little brother, Adam Newman. Adam has been a problem in the past, but in her dream, Adam seemed very pro-Shick. He said he was a distraction, but she was always meant to be with his big brother. And before Adam got involved with Sally Spectra, he was very much into Sharon. Ever since Mark Grossman was recast in the role and came back from the dead, there was this off and on, will they, won't they, with Adam and Sharon. But the redhead, Sally, has got his heart now. He does not seem interested romantically in Sharon one bit anymore. He seems friendly and respectful with her when she allows him to be friendly. But Adam's sole romantic focus is Sally. He wants to get a ring on her finger and another baby in her belly as soon as he can. So I cannot imagine Nick and Sharon's reunion will matter to him at all. And in fact, he'll probably congratulate them. And that's good because in the past, Adam has definitely been a problem for Sharon and Nick. But I feel like that's over and done, and another reason that they might actually work out this time. The fourth reason I think they can work this time is that there is no real family opposition. So there's no one that would really fight against them being together, and that could help their love last. In the past, Nikki despised Sharon and brawled with her, and Sharon and Victor have a very messy history, including a brief, ill-fated marriage that they never consummated, thankfully. But Victor and Nikki, are laser focused on each other right now and dealing with her sobriety issues, and they would much rather have Nick with Sharon than with Sally Spectra. So I just don't expect a lot of family opposition to this. Victoria shouldn't oppose it, and even if she did, she's way too distracted dealing with her wayward, not dead daughter, Claire Grace. As for other detractors, all of those seem to be Team Shick now. I mean, Mariah and Tessa were part of that weird dream and are definitely fans of Sharon getting back with Nick, and they think that she belongs with him. In fact, honestly, I can't think of one person who might oppose their reunion at the moment. I mean, even Phyllis might give it a thumbs up despite her fixation on ruining another couple. Adam should be supportive. I don't see any Newman objections coming her way or from any of the Abbotts or anybody else. So for those reasons, it is a very good time for a Nick Sharon reunion, but there's still one more reason to discuss. So, they have this history of love and pain, but they are, different people now. So Nick and Sharon do share, decades of love, but also decades of mistakes where each hurt the other. Nick has been a repeat offender in the cheating department. And Sharon has been too, but I think Nick's been worse about it. He even brought it up on last Friday's episode, Friday or Monday, I can't remember, when he was talking to Summer about whether or not he might get back with Sharon. He told his daughter flat out that he had hurt Sharon too much. And that's true, but she's also hurt him. It's interesting to note, if you didn't know it already, Sharon has never repeated a marital mistake. Some people on Young and the Restless remarry the same person over and over again, which is the definition of insanity, repeating something that doesn't work out, but not Sharon Newman. Nick was her high school sweetie and her first husband, but they've only been married once. They had 2 weddings. The first was an elopement, and the second wedding was a few months later. Their first and only marriage lasted from 1995 all the way until 2007, more than a decade, which frankly is a miracle on a soap opera. And to be fair, in those, 12 years, there was unfaithfulness and drama on both their sides, and then it finally fell apart. They did have 2 more weddings after they divorced, one in 2014, one in 2018, but neither made it to the I now pronounce you man and wife stage. She also had a bunch of other one-time at the altar marriages to Jack Abbott, Adam Newman, Victor Newman, Tucker McCall, Dylan McAvoy, and Ray Rosales. All of those resulted in either annulments or divorces, except for Ray, and she was widowed at his death. So she's had 7 husbands, but it's pretty obvious that Nick Newman is the big love of her life. And certainly Chance Chancellor was not and never could be. They barely even had a relationship at all. But now Nick and Sharon are both single. And despite hurting each other in the past, I feel like they're both at a place to make love last this time. Sharon's conquered her mental health demon. She's a licensed therapist and a successful business owner whose kids are pretty much all grown and doing well. Nick's learned a lot about love and loss over the past few years, and maybe he's figured out at long last that chasing Adam's sloppy seconds is a very, very bad idea. So I suspect that Nick and Sharon will reunite in February sweeps, but we'll start talking about their recent breakups and relationship issues sooner than that. We'll see how it goes. There's big changes in their lives, and I think they're just going to really bond over all this. I do hope Sharon talks to Nick about what happened in her dream, but she might keep it to herself. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Are you excited about a Shick reunion? Because it definitely seems to be happening. Drop your comments and please click subscribe if you haven't. We really appreciate your support. And as always, I'm here talking Y&R every single day of the week, so be sure and tune in again soon. And this is Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast. because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.